guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a one brand tutorial. Everything from the face primer to the setting spray, Wet n Wild. So what inspired me to do this was I keep seeing so much about their Midnight Mermaid collection, right? And that's not necessarily something that I want to wear every day. It's very dark, vivid colors, a lot of jewel tones. But I am really interested in the brand because I do hear a lot about it on YouTube. But, you know, I've never really tried anything else besides the eyeshadow. They were having a 25% off site-wide sale, so I kind of went ham and ordered basically everything that I could to do a full makeup routine. And let's get started. I'm gonna put my hair up because it's just too much hair. Okay, so to start off, we're going to be using the Photo Focus Face Primer. And this says it's a magic potion which refines pores, fills lines, brightens complexion, even skin tone. I mean, it sounds pretty amazing. Who couldn't use all that stuff? I mean, I know I could. Next, I am going to go in with the eyeshadow primer. And this was also $4.99. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my brows. I have 3 brow products today. The first one is the Color Icon Brow Pencil in the shade Brunettes Do It Better. Light strokes, people. This is so pigmented. It's a little too creamy for me. I like my brow pencil to be a little bit more waxy and not so dark. It's definitely darker than what I'm used to, but we're just going to continue on. So I'm just going to put that down because that pencil is a little dangerous. Okay, so the next product that we have is the Ultimate Brow Mascara in the shade Nothing But Brunette. So I hope this is a little bit lighter. I'm not feeling the dark brow look. Okay, still pretty dark, and the wand, if you can see, is definitely a little bit bigger than I prefer on a brow product. So okay, so now that my brows look a hot mess, are we really seeing this right now? Can we talk about how crazy this made my brows look? Anyway, the next product is the Ultimate Brow Highlighter Pencil. It's $3.99 and it's just this light pink pencil, and hopefully it'll help us clean up what's happening right here. Brulee. This is just a BH Cosmetics V10 brush, and just try to get these to look a little bit better. The mascara is kind of already looking a little flaky. Okay, so the highlighter I actually really like so far. It really kind of cleaned up underneath the brows. So next I'm going to go in with this 99 cent, which is pretty awesome. Let's see what this is. This is the Color Icon Single Shadow in Brulee, and it's just this nice matte cream color. We're going to try this, and I'm just using a Morphe flat shader brush. Okay, now to continue on with the eyes, the next product that I have, the All Natural palette in the Nude Awakening shade. So it's a 10-pan palette of neutral shade. I did swatch these. They're a little powdery if you can't tell. And then the brush I'm using is just the Wet n Wild Crease Brush. This was 99 cents. So, okay, we are going to go into first this shade right here for the crease. They're labeled by numbers, so this would be shade number 6. The brush is really soft. So next, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is shade number 5, and I'm going to put that all over the lid using a Sigma F70. Okay, so this one is not as pigmented as the other one. It's definitely a buildable shadow, but it looks a lot prettier in the pan, and it's got a lot of fallout. So I'm going to take this shade number 9 here, It's kind of a dark matte taupe, and I'm just going to take that into the outer corner and kind of blend it up into the crease. Okay, so that one went on a little patchy, but it's definitely, again, very buildable. Not a bad eyeshadow by any means. It's the same brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is the number 8. Okay, so to give myself a little bit more of a pop on the lid, I'm going to go in with this second shade right here and just put it right on the center of the lid. Okay, so that one still wasn't very pigmented, and I'm going to come back to the eyes later, but one warning, there's so much fallout in this palette. It's very powdery. Moving on. Next is something that has been getting a lot of hype as well. It's $5.99, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. So, let's see. Goodbye Photo Flashback. Helps eliminate white particle reflection. Guys, I think this is probably going to be way too light for me. This is probably more my winter shade, but it's kind of hard to shop for foundation colors online, so we'll just have to go with it. But it also said that it was tested under 7 light conditions, top smartphone models with and without flash. Now that I look like Morticia frickin' Adams, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is way too light, which I already thought it would be, and I don't like the way that it applies with this brush. It makes it very, very streaky. So to continue this, I'm gonna go with my Ride or Die Wet n Wild buffing brush. Wet n Wild, oh my god, I can't stop saying it. This isn't even Wet n Wild, this is Real Techniques. Okay. So it definitely blended out better with the Real Techniques brush. It's a very liquidy formula. On the skin, so far, it looks okay. I think the color might be throwing me off a little bit. I am going to try to do a little bit more just to see if it layers well, because as of right now, it's definitely a light coverage foundation, in my opinion, because I can still see my freckles and a few other imperfections around my face. Okay, so it's definitely buildable, but I would say it is a light to medium coverage, more towards the light side. And next, I'm going to be grabbing for the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I have it in the shade, I have it in the shade Light Ivory. I think there was only 3 shades. And Wet n Wild doesn't have a sponge, so I'm going to go in with my favorite Real Techniques blending sponge to start blending this concealer out. I like the shade. It might be a little bit dry, but it had pretty nice coverage. Okay, next I'm going to do my under eyes. And I am going to start off with the Wet n Wild MegaCushion Color Corrector in the shade Peach. This one was $5.99. Okay, so you open it up. It's got this little puff, I guess you could use. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use my finger to... Okay, that's pretty nicely saturated. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can definitely tell in the mirror that that brightened up my under eye extremely. So this might be a new favorite. Gotta say, I really, really like that. So next, I'm going to continue to brighten and conceal and highlight. I'm using the Wet n Wild, gotta say it a million times, Illumi-Naughty highlighting and concealing pen. And I'm just going to put this down my nose, under my eyes to finish the under eyes, a little bit on the chin and the Cupid's bow. I'm looking pasty white. Thank God I ordered some bronzer and contour. We are going to set what I just put under the eyes with the Mega Glow contouring palette in the shade Dolce de Leche. I'm going to take the lighter shade to set underneath my eyes. Whew, that's powdery. And I'm just going in with a flat foundation brush for this. That powder is actually really nice and soft and pigmented. Now to start the contour, we're gonna go in with the Mega Glow Dual Ended Contour Stick. This was $4.99. And I'm not going to use the lighter side of this because I already have enough going on underneath my eyes and I don't need any more highlight. So I am going to just go in with this contour shade. Okay, so it's definitely not as creamy as the NYX Wonder Stick. It's definitely got more of a firmer texture. The contour shade definitely pulls a touch red, but hopefully we can make it work. So I'm going to try and go back in with this flat top brush and see maybe if it does a better job blending out this product. Guys, my Wonder Stick might have some competition. I'm really impressed and don't think I forgot about my nose. I'm just going to go in with a P80 Precision Flat from Sigma to blend out the nose contour. So I'm going to go back in with the Mega Glow Contouring Palette and set my contour with the darker side now. And for that, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild angled brush. I think this is just called the angled face brush, and this one was $1.99. Okay, so that's pretty pigmented. Oh. Going back in and blending that out. Okay, so I put a little bit of color back in my face, maybe a little too much in some spots, but what I will say is that this brush, yeah, that's shedding quite a bit. Kind of a disappointment, but you know, it was $1.99 and it blended out the product pretty nicely. And then I'm just gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder in the shade Neutral Buff, and I'm just gonna use this to set what I didn't already put powder over. And I'm just going in with an e.l.f. complexion brush for this. Okay, this really impressive. Literally took my skin from looking like kind of streaky and weird from the foundation to looking actually pretty flawless. Like, I'm actually really loving this. Still feeling a little bit pale, and luckily I got a $3.99 huge compact of bronzer. This is the Color Icon Bronzer SPF in Bikini Contest. Definitely a little bit oranger than I like to use, but it's what I got. So now we're gonna move on to the actual highlight. This is the Mega Glow Makeup Stick Highlight, and When the Nude Strikes. I believe there was only one shade of these. Ooh. Hey girl, welcome to the party. Okay, and I'm just blending that out with a Real Techniques mini blender. On top of that, just for that blinding glow that I was talking about, I'm going to go in with the Mega Glow highlighting powder in the limited edition shade, actually, Blossom Glow. This one was $4.99, and it's just kind of this really nice iridescent pink color. Whew. And I'm just going in with my e.l.f. blush brush, which I really like for highlighting. Girl. I'm gonna go in with blush. I have the Mega Glow Makeup Stick blush in Floral Majority, which is the same as the highlighting stick. It's just a twist of stick. Wow, okay, so I'm really impressed with both of these sticks. They're really creamy, they're really pigmented, and just all around nice for $3.99 a piece. Like, okay, so now I'm gonna go back in to the eyes and we're gonna do some liner. So I have two different liners. I'm gonna try one on one eye and one on the other. The first one is the, let's see, I guess it's like I don't know exactly the name because I don't have the packaging anymore, but it's their cream gel eyeliner in the shade Carbon My Reach. So I'm gonna do that one on my right eye, and then on my left eye I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild MegaLiner liquid eyeliner in black. Okay. On with the show. Let's go in with the cream liner and hope for better results. Okay, that one's definitely a little bit more my speed. I really like it. It's creamy, it's pigmented, goes on pretty easily, so this one definitely the clear winner in my book. I'm gonna go back in with my Au Naturel palette and finish up the eyes. I'm gonna go in with this color that we used first in the crease and just put that underneath my lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with this darker number 9 shade right here. I'm gonna go in with that just on the outer corner. Since there wasn't really a standout shade in the palette that was super bright for the inner corners, I'm gonna go back in with the Mega Glow highlighter and put that there instead. So next I'm gonna do my lashes, and I'm gonna start off with a mascara. They had a lot of mascaras on their website, but the one with the highest rating was this one. It's the Max Volume Plus mascara in the shade, I think it was Amped Up Black. So I'm gonna go in, curl my lashes. Let's take a look at the wand. Okay, so it's definitely tapered. It's rubber and it's flat on one side and then wide on the other. Okay, so it's decent. I noticed a little bit of clumping so far. We're gonna go in with some falsies. I did get a 99¢. I believe they were on clearance, so I don't know how much they were originally, but I got them on sale for 99¢. They are the Color Icon faux lashes in Lash Lareed, but they're pretty freaking long. I didn't realize they were going to be this long. It did come with this mini lash glue, but I cannot get the glue out of this to save my life, and so I'm just going to keep it simple and go in with my regular, which is the Duo dark tone. So next I have the Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in Never Petal Down. This was $2.99. So I'm going to and I got 2 lip shades. One is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Lip Color in Pocket Full of Roses, and the other is the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in Rebel Rose. Now obviously I'm going to go with this one. It definitely goes with the liner better. I'm really interested to see how a 99¢ liquid lipstick will hold up. Okay, so the color is nice. It's a little bit sticky, I will say. I'm not a huge fan of sticky lip products. It's definitely not matte. It definitely has a little bit of a shimmer in it. Okay, so finally, last but not least, is the Photo Focus Setting Spray. This, let's see, All Day Wear, it says. Okay, so it came out with an actually really nice mist. I hate it when it's too constant. The smell's a little bit weird. I'm not really a huge fan of the smell. So that is the finished face. I also got the Wet n Wild Under the Sheets makeup remover towelettes. There's 25 in a pack. It was $2.99. I'm going to be using these later when I come back and show you guys my makeup and how everything held up. Back in about 8 hours, and I will let you guys know how everything held up, what I liked, what I didn't like, and we will give these babies a test. So I will see you guys then. Okay, I am back. It has been about 8 hours. So first and foremost, these have to go. They're so uncomfortable. It's just awful. I do not like these. The band was terribly uncomfortable. 99¢, like, don't love the foundation. It definitely caked up a little bit around my nose and on my chin. it looks pretty natural, minus the fact that it's like 4 shades too white for me right now, but that's my own fault. Definitely in my pores up here, so I'm gonna say that probably the face primer I'm gonna pass on. So the concealer, I will say that I did enjoy the concealer. That was nice. The eyes held up surprisingly really well as far as the eyeshadow and the eyeliner. As far as the eyeshadow goes, it looks pretty decent. It definitely faded a little bit. As far as the primer goes, I'd say the primer was good. There's definitely no creasing. Cream eyeliner looks like it held up really nicely. The liquid one seems like it was a little flaky. The mascara is definitely a pass for me. I have little flakes all underneath my eyes and it's smudged. The highlighter and the blush still look good and on point. The contour and the bronzer, I would say yes to all those facial products. The lip liner was really good. It stayed on. There's absolutely nothing gone from where I originally put it. The 99-cent liquid lip, I hoped that I could find something for 99 cents, but no, it's still really sticky. It's like flaked off my lips. The color is completely gone. I mean, I have had dinner and drinks, but you know, I've definitely worn some liquid lipsticks that have lasted through much longer. The brows actually held up really nicely. I didn't really like them at first, but once I spooled through them a couple of times, they weren't bad. I don't see any like fading. Yes to the brow products, especially that brow highlighter. I really liked that. I would say that this was 50-50 for me. Some of the products I really liked, and some of them were just okay. I would say a lot of the powder and cream products were pretty good, but the liquid products seemed to be the downfall. Let's see, the face brushes were okay. The crease brush was nice. The flat top brush did a terrible job blending out the foundation, but it did a really nice job blending out the contour sticks. The angle contour brush was nice, but it shed a lot, so kind of have to think about that. They would be a good alternative instead of spending so much money on brushes, because we all know they're not cheap. I think that's pretty much it. I would say if I was out somewhere for a whole day and 8 hours and I ended up looking like this, I just don't know that I'd be happy. So those are kind of my first impressions. My final first impression that I'm going to do is take one of these Under the Sheets makeup remover wipes and see how well they actually work, because $2.99 is a pretty good deal for 25 face wipes. So I'm going to just do half of my face. Okay, so these are definitely a win for me. I'm definitely going to repurchase these. I don't think I've seen these in any stores that I've been to that carry Wet n Wild, but if I do see them, I'm definitely going to pick them up, because these really removed my makeup actually really well. Like very well. And they're very nicely saturated. They don't have a weird smell to them so far. They haven't irritated my eyes or my skin or anything, so definitely A+ for the makeup wipes. And I will do a final impressions and full review of the entire line, so we can get a better idea, as this is just first impressions. But yeah, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised. Makeup from Wet n Wild has come a long way from where it was in the past, and I think I'll definitely be on the lookout for other things in the future from the brand. Alright, thanks guys.